Alright guys, it's Wednesday. I figured I'd get a quick video in because if you don't already know, or if you don't follow my channel, I'm in Michigan and it's cooking today. I think the high is going to be 97 or something. It's currently showing 93 on my truck, and then the ambient temperature is showing 96. But this video is going to be just a quick one because I still have people that doubt that pinning your transmission cooler apparently doesn't make a difference, but it does. I've been running this setup now, as mentioned previously. I installed it back in, I think it was early to mid-December. I'm using a Hayden 679 cooler. If you have a 07 through, I think it's 13, you have an external cooler that's like it's separate, like kind of radiator, like a separate mount style transmission cooler. And then if you have a 14 through 18, you have a cooler that's, I think it's integrated into the radiator. But either way, you have a cooler. If you have a 2019 plus, like mine's a 2020, you don't have a cooler, and I would definitely recommend you adding one. I don't even have anything towed, you know, I'm not towing anything right now, and just showing you 158, 159. So this is kind of what I wanted to talk about. It's been hot this last couple days and everything, and I've gone for a ride. I've been driving around for about 20 minutes. I'm headed back home, and the highest I've seen my pan temperature get up to, and this is after beating on the truck on a hot 90 plus degree day, is the highest I saw it get up to, pinned, was like in the mid 170s, which was a new record for me because I had never seen it in the 170s. But I mean, and I was trying to get it hot. But then the moment I started like driving it, you know, goes into overdrive and stuff, it immediately started dropping into the high 160s, and then it settled in the 160s. So my point is even on an extremely hot day, if you live in a state where, you know, I couldn't imagine Texas or Florida or something all the time, right? Like the temperatures are pretty high. Because people worry, oh, if you pin the transmission cooler in the winter, is it going to affect shifting and stuff? I personally didn't experience anything, but I run Amsoil. I was running Amsoil OE, which is a synthetic fluid. Now I'm running Amsoil Signature Series. I did my first draining refill a little under 5,000 miles ago. I'm going to make another video and update on that fluid. But it's just phenomenally smooth in the winter, shifts smooth in the summer. And if you know anything about, like, you know, transmission temperatures, like the higher the temp, it's going to kill the transmission eventually, right? So you want a cooler, you know, your fluid doesn't break down as fast. I think they say the ideal fluid temperature is somewhere around 180, 190 degrees. Well, on a setup like this, when my converter temps get up, you know, in the 180s, I've seen like 192 before, the fluid is still getting up to temperature. It's just when it gets back to the pan, it's getting in the 160s. I mean, look, now it's like we're 162. I'm about to get on this little freeway part to get off on a different road. But yeah, if it was me personally living in a hot state, I would have no issues immediately pinning the transmission cooler. It takes all of 5 seconds, I guess, not 1 second, but physically pinning it takes a second. And drive around and see how you like it. If you don't like it, you could always just pull the pin. I mean, you're supposed to have the pin in there when you're doing a transmission draining refill to begin with. I've left the pin in all the time. I think I removed it for 1 week to see if I noticed a difference in temperatures, and I did. Literally, my pan would get up to 190, you know, to 200 degrees, and then the converter temps would be in the 200s. So I like running it pinned. The transmission shifts beautifully. It literally is flawless, and it definitely keeps the temperatures cooler. I'm gonna do another drain and refill here. I don't know what the hell's going on. I'm gonna do another drain and refill here probably within the next month or so. I'm getting ready to tomorrow. This is the plan. Tomorrow, I'm going to undercoat the truck with I think it's RP 342. It's a military grade, I think wax-based underbody coat for, you know, rust protection. I'm gonna spray the whole truck. But yeah, back to my point. Okay, so here we're sitting at a light. It's 174 and 160. I'm gonna start driving. I'm just trying to show you guys how it works, because by now on my old setup where I didn't have anything, just 10 minutes, 15 minutes into the drive, I'd already be 200 plus on the, you know, on the converter. See, we're getting up a little higher, but you'll see when I put in cruise control and get the converter locked up, how quick it drops the temps. And I've been really impressed with how this Hayden 679 cooler cools. And I made videos and I have links for everything I've used. And for the OEM Toyota parts, let's see if you guys can capture that. I've linked all the parts that I've used, and I have the part numbers for the hoses I got and everything, because you need, I think it's one hardline hose, and then you got 2 small rubber hoses, and then you need 2 bolts. I think I have everything linked there. If not, comment. I have my emails that have the checkout from the Toyota parts store, and I'll provide them to you. I try to respond to everybody, just trying to put out some useful information. I'm happy to see that when people comment like these are just straightforward videos. They're really helpful, because I like the Tundra community, and I love these trucks, and this truck's been nothing but great. But I really think people could benefit more, especially if you're towing and you're in a really, really, really hot state. You could potentially long-term save your transmission by having cooler temperatures. If I lived in Florida year-round or Texas, where, let's say, you know, the lowest it got to is 40, 50 degrees, I'll tell you, here in Michigan, when it's 40, 50 degrees, my transmission temperature still heats up relatively quick, because all these from 2007 had the puck cooler. They call it a cooler, but it's really a warmer, right next to the transmission, where the transmission was flowing. So as your coolant heats up, it's doing the job to heat up your transmission fluid. And then obviously on a setup where it's unpinned, the transmission thermostat will open and then begin to allow fluid to circulate to the, you know, the cooler up front to cool off the transmission. But this, I think this works like perfect. I've seen people on the forums too, they actually run a complete open circuit where they bypass they remove the transmission thermostat, and they have physical hard lines just going straight into the transmission. Those guys probably towing 10, 15, probably obviously way over payload, but doing some pretty hardcore setups. So yeah, just another kind of informational video. I'm going to do another one on Amsoil Signature Series. It's by far my favorite fluid. I'll do a follow-up on, if you're still watching, I'll do a follow-up on my tires that I've been running, these Bridgestone Dueler ATs, also phenomenal. And then I have a couple more things coming. Stay tuned, guys. Hopefully you have a wonderful 4th of July coming up here, and see you guys later.